All right, here we go. Let's hope that the audio is working. I didn't even do a test recording. I've got the kidney stones along with the chemo, but it's week 1 of PGA DFS, and you know that even though that's fucking stinging right now, is killing me, I am still here. We are going to get everything down. I don't even know if my tabs are in order, but I'm going to try to give you everything you need to know to get you ready for the ToC Tournament of Champions. Brought to you by Sentry, whatever the fuck Sentry is. I assume it's something with old people. Okay, this is going to be our last kind of abbreviated show. Next week, we'll be back with the 45-minute shows. I'll be a lot more prepared. I'll be doing steam and moonwalk and everything you need. But this week, let's just get you everything you need because there's some really good contests out there. What's up, new guy? My name is James, better known as the Degenerate75, and my fucking stomach is burning. Kidney stones are hell on earth. Hell on earth! Aren't that right, guy in the back? So if you see me just collapse over, just know that the kidney stone's moving around in my stomach, and I've literally just died. And it's probably not the chemo. I'm a fucking pro at dealing with chemo by this point, so get the fuck out of here. It's been a good week. If you haven't seen, we are converting over to we're still doing NFL very, very hard over at Ship It Nation, but I'm not going to lie to you. We're getting ready to be the kings of PGA, and that's what we're here to do. Do me a favor. We're getting so close to 10,000 members over at Ship It Nation. Subscribers on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed to YouTube and drop a like, because this is the most popular show in PGA DFS, and I do that by measuring the likes and the number of people that are actually watching. So I thank all of you sweaty tryhards for being here. And you need to know that coming out tomorrow, I've already recorded a little show. It's got a Tambo, Pat Mayo, and Jeff Feinberg, some of my favorite guys, and it's a season preview. But it's not one of those season preview where it's like, who do you think's going to win the Masters? Okay, it's a little bit different than that. Those get a little played out, in my opinion. So it's more just a fun talk between some guys that really know their golf. So be looking out for that tomorrow. I'll probably do something about like and retweet and win $100 because the big guy's giving away money because I have a lot of it. If you didn't see from Best Ball this week, I'll probably flex on it at the collage at the end. Already 200 members in here. I really appreciate you guys being here. Start of the season is real. And also don't forget, I put out a video last Thursday kind of walking you through how to be more sustainable at PGA DFS, right? And there's more ways to do it. I had some really good guests on, so if you want to watch that, it is still up on the Ship It Nation channel, right? So let's shut the fuck up. Let's get going. I see a lot of Happy New Year's over here in the chat. Happy New Year's to all you guys. Maybe by the, as my health gets stronger this year is the goal, I will get back to jumping into the chat and working with you guys. But in the meantime, I'm just kind of glancing at it and seeing if there's anything I need to miss. I already see people loving the banjos. The banjos go nowhere. I am sad I didn't get to play Candy Cane Lane more. That was a little, because I didn't have a lot of Christmas shows, so not a ton, all right? All right, new guy, I've already established a very simple question that you need to know, because there's going to be a lot of new guys this year. It's 2025, and we are growing the PGA DFS pie. So here you go, new guy. Have you made your lineups yet? I bet you have. I bet you freaking have, you freaking donkey. There's some great contests out there this week. Look, if you want to know what really drives interest in PGA DFS, it's when DraftKings actually puts out good contests. And for week 1, these are some pretty fucking good contest, right? Even the main contest, which I typically just shit on every week, is pretty damn playable, right? 500,000 up top, which I never mind. That's a good, that should right there should grab your attention. 100,000 to first, so that's only 20% to first, and that's a little high, but like for the main contest, that's about as good as we're ever gonna get, right? I would like to see second place be half of first, see it be 50, but 40 is not bad, and then 10th we want it to be near that 1/10 range. It's only 1/50th. That's not great, but I will tell you this: it's only 17,000 full, and it holds 29,000. If this this event doesn't kick off till almost noon Lord's time zone tomorrow, so I imagine it's going to not overlay, but it might not fill, so there might be a little bit of built-in equity in this that it doesn't fill. I will definitely be up. I know I'm a crazy man. I'll be up at noon watching lineups, but there is a chance to drop a bunch of lineups in here because let's face it, the number one EV move you can do, expected value, is to get into contests that aren't completely full. And if you're watching that one, I really encourage you to watch some of these others, like this $1,500 King of the Beach. They're giving away 20 tickets tomorrow. There ain't a chance in hell this motherfucker's going to fill. Oh, already cussing. Motherfather's going to fill. So if you're somebody wanting to chase those, expensive King of the Desert tickets, there's no way this one's filling at $1,500 a pop. So you're gonna get some really EV on those King of the Desert tickets tomorrow. There's even this $250 the $250 Formax. I don't think it's gonna fill either. So I'd be watching these tomorrow. It's not even halfway full. Shit, that's barely 40% of the way full. If those are a little out of your price range, not what you're looking for, don't worry. A lot of these contests don't even show up for me. But there's the $3 20 max, the $1 20 max, the $18 the $10 18 max. There's a lot of good contests on here. that I would be watching out tomorrow. I do think a lot of people will get their lineups in tomorrow, so you're probably not going to get as great of overlays as you can, but I think we need to be on overlay alert just because so many people will fill them up in the morning, and people aren't used to building their golf lineups Thursday morning, so that's what I'd be doing if I were you. I would definitely have some lineups made by tomorrow morning, and if you see with 10 minutes to go that there's still hundreds of spots left, I would be tossing them in these contests because it's the best way to get your money in there, right? I mean, I know you got your picks and your plays and you ran your model and all that stupid bullshit, but the fact is nothing is more plus EV than getting a contest that aren't full. That is that's even a bigger edge than wind, okay? So I encourage you to do that. New guy, second question, we're running. What's the first thing we always check at PGA DFS? Yeah, I kind of buried the lead there. I did. We are going out to Kapalua, which is on the second biggest island out there in Hawaii. I don't even know my islands, okay? My goal is to go to Hawaii this year. We'll see if it happens. I've heard it's quite the bitch when it comes to travel. But they're out there at Kapalua. And, of course, I'm going to have to spell it because I didn't have time to get it up. Let's see, Kapalua. Are you going to, oh, no I. Kapalua? Kapalua, right there. That's Kapalua. There, now we got it up. Eric Cole Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or every country makes weather forecasts. But I think we're going to start, they don't even have out there, so we're going to basically treat Hawaii like a foreign country, which it kind of is. You know, if you know your history, basically we just stole it. Us being the U.S. USA. Okay, no, not big colonialism fans. Got it. Let me write that down. Crowd, not big colonialism fans. Got it. All right, I got that for next time. All right, here we go. Weather for tomorrow. It seems like Thursday is going to be the day that it's really going to be spicy, and it actually looks spicy in the afternoon. So right there off the bat, I'm liking some guys tomorrow morning if I'm playing Showdown, right? Give me the guys earliest out tomorrow. I haven't even looked at the tee times because, as I told you, I was struggling just to get on the air. I am going to assume, let's see, they all are going out off of, yeah, it looks like they're all going off of one. I'm not seeing anything. So there actually is, what is that, almost a 5-hour or at least a 4-hour delay. So the guys who go out early are basically going to have their whole round done by the time the late guys go off. They're not doing them off 1 and 10. They're going everybody off of 1. And even though every fucking player in the world has withdrawn from this tournament, that's still a 4-hour window, right? So if you get those guys out there early, I would like that early tomorrow, right? I think they're going to be dealing with a little less gusts, although it looks pretty punitive all day. So I'd be watching that. And then, of course, if they go off early on that day, they're going to if they go off late tomorrow, they're probably going to go off early tomorrow. And Friday morning looks pretty heavenly too. So I would actually give a slight lean to these guys going out early Friday morning, which you got to remember when it comes to tee times. When I go over here to tee times and I go to round 2, just because you're the first guy out on Thursday does not mean you're the last guy out on Friday. They kind of do that semi-stacking. Like the very first guys who go out for round 2 are Victor Hovland, Benny Ann, and Rafael Campos, right? That's going to be the guys going out the earliest. So they're probably the guys that go out in the middle of the first round. So maybe the real key is to get those guys out there in those Friday morning conditions because it looks like it is nutted out there. And by that afternoon, they might be dealing, 28-mile-an-hour gusts is quite a bit more than those 15 to 18-mile-an-hour gusts, and it doesn't really look like they're going to have great conditions all day Thursday. So maybe the real play is getting those guys who go out middle of the day Thursday. Your Campios, Hovland, and Echeverria, Malnati, Connors, Davis Riley, Brian fucking Harmon, Max Grazerman. I hyped him up on the show today. So maybe that's the play because then you're going to get them first thing out there Friday morning. They can get out there and get their nutted round in Friday morning. I don't think this is the kind of wave edge that you're like, oh, I've got to go all in on this. But maybe it's a way that it gets you on a guy that you weren't otherwise considering or a guy that you want to get out there in the nutted conditions. And I think it's certainly you need to be paying attention for round 2 Showdown. I've been talking to the guys over at DraftKings. Showdown's supposed to grow this year. We'll see if they're man of their words or if they're big old pussies and they just tell me stuff to my face to get me to shut up. We'll see. But I will tell you this, round 2, I really like those guys going out early. And for week long, a.k.a. kicking the nuts, there might be a little bit of an edge trying to get some guys middle of the day Thursday and then get them going out Friday morning, right? That would be my guess. The weekend looks heavenly. There's a good chance what you're going to do is you're going to be, if you hit a little wave edge Thursday and Friday, you're going to be looking good. But they're going to nuke this course Saturday and Sunday, and it likely is going to overcome any greatness that they did on Thursday or Friday. So basically all you can do is try to get yourself in contention to compete and then see what happens over the weekend. That's really all we can do because I'm going to go ahead and tell you there's going to be your guy's going to shoot a -5 on Saturday, and he's going to lose strokes to the fucking field, okay? I'm telling you, they are going to nuke this course Saturday and Sunday. So get ready for your guys to be like, oh, but everybody shot -3 in my lineup. Why did I fall so far in the money? Because a -3 ain't going to be doing shit, Bob. That's why. All right? So there you go. That is a breakdown of the weather. Beautiful on the weekend. I really like Friday morning, and Thursday looks like the only day they're going to have to deal with any conditions, okay? Let's get over to ownership. That's right. Probably the second most important thing behind weather, so let's get to it. I don't even have my thing plugged in. I'm telling you, man, when I was putting this show together, like we were like clicking tabs all the way up to the last minute. I don't even think I actually started till 7:01, but just be happy we got a show today. All right, and let's just. I already got it working. Let me pop this thing up real quick. All right, here we go. You don't come here for the production quality. You come here for the insider knowledge, you mother father. Shut your face. All right, let's get to some ownership. Let's see. Xander Schauffele, if you don't know, Rory, Scotty, there's like 10 million people have withdrawn from this tournament, and that directly affects Xander Schauffele, not only in the betting market, but in the ownership market. I think we're going to not be surprised to see him at 40%, especially in some of the single entry stuff, is because it's just so easy to get him in now, right? And there's nowhere else to really spend that money, and he should be priced at $12,000 if we knew that Scotty and Rory were going to withdraw. So it is with great sadness. I'm not saying you shouldn't play him. I'm just letting you know, when you do, this man right here is...
The man's Donkey Chalk, and we don't play Donkey Chalk.
Unless they're two-time major winners from 2024. Then we at least consider it. Am I right, guy in the back? That's right. We at least consider it when they're two-time major champions, okay? Look, Xander Schauffele, you need to just ask yourself, to Xander or not to Xander. I get both paths. I really do. But I think the bitch hedging him really isn't the play. I think you go twice the ownership on him, get him in 66% or more of your lineups, or just fade the bitch, all right? I mean, there is a chance that maybe his putter's not on, because this is going to be a wedge and putting contest. Two things Xander's really good at, but, he's really good at them, except maybe he's not this week, all right? Everybody's good at it until they're not, all right? Justin Thomas, the last time we saw him, lighting it up, playing awesome. He has big goals this year, and I can't believe I'm going to say this. I think the dude's unbroken, and I am a big fan of believing that Justin Thomas is always broken. So now we just got to worry about that ownership. I think he comfortably comes in at 25+% in a lot of the single entry and higher dollar tournaments. So because of that, you're leaving me no choice, Justin. You're playing so well. I still might play you, but it doesn't change the fact that you, sir, are.
The man's Donkey Chalk, and we don't play Donkey Chalk.
We don't do that, especially when they're Justin Thomas, all right? Colin Morikawa, another one. Look, it says, I know these are all the guys you wanted to play. I know I'm ripping your soul out right now, but it's just, who are you going to play when Scotty and Rory and all these other guys, Victor's even busted up, are basically not getting any ownership. It's just natural that people are going to lean on these guys. And so I think Colin is another guy that's going to get way too much ownership. You're leaving me no choice. I hate to say it. You, sir, are.
The man's Donkey Chalk, and we don't play Donkey Chalk.
Especially when they have a shitty-ass putter. Especially when they have a questionable-ass putter like old Colin Morikawa. All right, Sungjae, Sungjae, it just seems like a course that's built for him. Kapalua always seemed like a course that's built for him. But I think that he's just a little too highly owned, relative to everybody. You know what? Just because, fuck it. I'm going to be consistent. I'm sorry, Sungjae. You, sir?
The man's Donkey Chalk, and we don't play Donkey Chalk.
Yeah, I'll tell you more in a minute, right? Let me get through this part, and I'll tell you why I'm so low on Sungjae. And it has to do with Degen scorecard, which is a new tool I have, right? Cantlay and Aberg, I think that both these guys are a little too high, but I don't think Cantlay's actually going to get over 20%. I think he'll be just a little below that. So both these guys are kind of like, watch it. Let's not get too high. They're a little too high for my taste, but not enough to break the bank. And then I think that old T. Gullah and Burns, they're right there on the cusp too. I probably should give them Donkey Chalk, but damn it, I want to play them. So I'm probably just going to be a huge hypocrite and give them, I don't love it. And who's the one donkey dick in the 6Ks that people are going to play? Well, it has to do with the old wind. Eric Cole, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Anytime you're in the 6,000s, even when you're 6,900, nice. You know what kind of ownership you're going to get. That, sir, you are the definition of
the man's Donkey Chalk, and we don't play Donkey Chalk.
Especially when it's Eric Cole, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's the weather forecast that we're using. Or it's every country makes weather forecast. Go with whatever you want, right? All right, let me tell you why I'm not playing Sungjae. Over at Ship It, I have been working so hard to finally finish this thing. I've been working on it for 3 years, called Degen scorecard, where everybody wants to know, like, I know all these little things about golfers because I've been following this shit like a fucking crazy person for 10 years, and I've accumulated all these. So I have, like, their baseline stats. Like, what is John Rahm? Let's just take guys that are on, what is Colin Morikawa good at, right? And we have it here for all of the different things you can measure. But here's what's cool. I have went over here and I have made notes for every single of the top 200 players on the tour. And you can go look and you can see, like, well, what about Sungjae M? You just go down here and you find Sungjae. He's way down at the bottom. And you can go find him. This is all stuff that I just created. It will be officially done by Monday. Sorry, I had emergency surgery, which made me push it a week. And you click on Sungjae. I put this on Twitter, and you can see, like, oh, Sungjae, good on short courses, no-cut events. So it seems like I would like him. But here's what I don't like. I don't like that he does not score that well in these tournaments, right? And so I have this for every single player. You want to know about who else is here? Siwoo Kim. Is Siwoo even here? And we got notes for all these players. And this is all brought to you. It's called Degen's Notes for every single of the top 200 players. And I have their baseline thing where you can see how good they are compared to the general skills and compared to their own baseline, right? Like, did you know Scotty Scheffler, you much rather would have him on tougher courses than on easier courses because he outscores his baseline so much more on tougher courses. I wouldn't play Scotty Scheffler this week because he's withdrawn, but something to remember, right? Maybe you go look at a guy like Victor Hovland. You see Victor Hovland is actually better, like short courses are his kryptonite, but this is actually a pretty long course, so maybe we don't need to factor that in. Maybe we just need to factor in that bent toe that he has from breaking it, right? This is called Degen's Notes, or Degen's Scorecard, and this is just another one of the tools that I'm giving all of my members over at Ship It. It comes with the PGA product, no additional cost. It's just something I've always wanted to give the members. We have it for all 200 players. It is awesome. So if you're like, well, how do I even know that if Billy Horschel's good at this? Well, I have sat here and sweated out and gave notes for every single player, not only at week-long Kicking the Nuts, but also at Showdown. I swear by this thing. People love it. It will be. We already have the beta version out. It will officially be done Monday. Sorry, I got sick this week. That's what happens when you have stage 4 cancer, all right? Moving on. Let's get to the model, because if you haven't heard the model's life, and like you can't make your picks and plays for PGA without like a model. I don't believe that. I think models are about the 8th most important thing, but we'll look at it, right? I think what you want to know about this course is it's going to come down to a wedge contest. I know I said it's a long course, but they're going to be able to drive the ball so far out there that they are going to be able to get wedges on a lot of these balls. They have slow greens, and it's basically just going to be a putting contest on Bermuda, okay? So I want guys who hit really well wedge range. I want guys who don't get too much trouble off the tee, even though you could land a jumbo jet on these fucking fairways. So basically, it's just going to become a putting contest. Guys that suck at putting, I'm probably off of this week because I think you're going to have to get to -20 to be in a winning lineup, and I think you're going to have to get to probably -26 or 28 to actually win the tournament, unless Thursday just really Fs them up. That'd be my only guess, right? So, let's get going. What do we got down here? Number 1 in the model, Rory McIlroy. Oh, that's so gross. Guys, we need to start with just all the guys who've withdrawn. Scotty Scheffler has withdrawn. Of course, it's not on fucking Fantasy National. Rory McIlroy has withdrawn. Victor Hovland has not withdrawn, but he does have apparently a broken toe and broke up with his swing coach, which that alone to me is that's more concerning than the toe, because that means Victor's out there screwing around with his swing again. I hate when he does that. Tommy Fleetwood has withdrawn. Shane Lowry has withdrawn, and Alex Noren has withdrawn. So basically, if you're a European, you said, fuck, bye to this tournament. Fuck you is what they said. So a lot of guys you need to watch when you're making your lineups. Alex Noren down here at $7,400. Don't put them in your lineups, right? Because they've withdrawn. You don't want to have those guys in your lineup. Once again, for me, I'm looking for guys who are good at putting and guys who are really good at that proximity range. Rory checks all those boxes, but Rory's not playing because he's a huge loser bitch, so we don't have to worry about him. Yes, I made sure to shit on him in that video. Don't forget to go watch. It'll be out tomorrow. Me, Pat, Jeff, and Tambo. You can see you get down here, guys who look good in the model. Billy Ho looking good in the model. That's surprising at a birdie fest. Eric Cole looks good in the model. Evie Ho looks good in the moto. Let's see. Nicholas Echeverria. Something tells me he'll be a popular play in the 6Ks. People like him. And as Pat was pointing out, he plays really well. Pat Mayo. He plays really well when it's not like continental United States, right? You get back up here, I think the most interesting way to build lineups this week is think about your roster construction. And I think if the first guy you put in your lineup is like a $9,600 Hideki, I think you're getting really different. I think almost every lineup this week is going to start with either Xander, Morikawa, Cantlay, Iceberg, or Thomas, right? I would literally bet over 80% of lineups. So this is part of being a good DFS player, is like when there's not a weather edge, when there's not an ownership edge, when there's not an overlay edge, maybe the biggest edge you can find is just simply roster construction. How can I build my roster different than everybody else is building their roster? And I think that if you make the first guy in your lineup Hideki Matsuyama, or hell, if you're really getting crazy, you want to drop all the way down to Tony Finau, who, by the way, is also got some shit going on. Don't forget, he's been all banged up in December, and now that there's some guaranteed money, Tony Finau magically is doing the Diesel, or whoever that wrestler was, where he comes out with a broken leg. So you got to watch out for Tony. But if he's the first guy in your lineup, you are making a roster you're making a lineup that's way different than everybody else, and you have a way to victory that other people don't because you've constructed your roster different. If you start out a lineup and you go Xander, and then the next guy in is, whoever, Akshay Bhatia or whatever, you're building a lineup that's going to be very popular. If you start with Morikawa, Cantlay, that's going to be a very popular build to start out your lineup, and now you're getting into the same build that a lot of other people are. So really think about how you're constructing your roster, and it really can be about the fourth best way to really differentiate yourself from other people building lineups, okay? Which brings me to, who is the one? Well, the one guy, actually, let's do a sleeper. I guess my sleeper this week, you know what? Who is my sleeper this week? Who's just a slime ball? You know what? I'll go Nicholas Echeverria. I just talked him up. I think I'll go Nicholas Echeverria as my sleeper. I'm not playing a ton of lineups this week, playing some more of the higher dollar stuff, so I can manage to get that motherfather in a couple lineups. Although Denny McCarthy at a putting fest does seem pretty attractive, doesn't it? Am I right? 340 people in here. The number one stream in PGA DFS. Only 176 likes. I'd love to see that over 200. Some people run good, but Degen run better. Degen run better. Number one stream in PGA DFS. I appreciate all you guys being here. Can't believe we're going to get to 350 people on a stream that is in the middle of, today's the 1st. Today is January 1st. It's the first day of 2025. Happy to be alive for another year, you motherfathers. Tell me I ain't going to make it to 2025, you stupid fucking doctors. All right, so let's see here. The one guy I'm definitely fading. Who am I fading? Who is a chalk donkey? Let me go back over here. Who am I fading? Yeah, fuck it. I'm fading Colin Morikawa. He's a good play, but if we're going to say that this is a chance where a putter could let you down, I'm fading Colin Morikawa, which brings me to the one guy I am going to play. If this becomes a wedge and putting contest, well, there's one elite player that I think always gets overlooked for his wedges and for his putting, and that is Wyndham Clark. And if you don't know, we had old Dick Clark last night, so why not Wyndham Clark? New Year's, it works for me. Good enough narrative. We're going Windy C. The one guy we're definitely playing this week, we're playing Wyndham Clark. Let's go. All right, guys, I got to tell you, huge week. Yes, Modest 75, that's me. I won $300,000, but don't forget about all of our members over it. It's not about how well our administrators do and people like me do over at Ship It. It is about how our members do, and I'm so pumped to see so many of our members finding success and finding finding how to be sustainable with this, and not paying all their fucking money into a site, right? If you're going to go to these tout sites, you're going to use it, and you're going to get tools. Have the best tools out there like the Stone. This is the Stone. We do this for kicking the nuts. This is the one for this week. We also do it for round 1, round 2, round 2, round 3, and round 4 showdown. We're going to have it all year. And here's the best part. We do it cheaper than everybody. Our PGA product is already cheaper than everybody, but because this is the sweaty, try-hard time of year, plug in code PGA100, and we're going to make it $100 cheaper than everybody. And yes, you can get the Shiptimizer with that. So not only are we the cheapest one out there, with the best tools, not only am I giving you the Degen's notes, the Degen scorecard, and I'm giving you the Stone, and all of our picks and plays that Hoop and Tambo and all those guys do, and an incredible Discord. We're going to do it $100 cheaper using PGA 100. Get in there now. Lock this up. This goes for the entire year. I'm talking until next Christmas. So even the swing season, this gets you everything through it. All the way through Super Bowl 59. You're going to want to be in there. I take great pride in telling you that we want you putting your money into your contest and not your content. Lock up this deal. It is the best deal out there. Get it now, because I'm telling you, once everybody quits football and comes over, I don't think that code's going to be there. Get in there now. Join the nation. And if you're one of those people that maybe plays more than just golf, you want to continue to play football, or you're into basketball and multiple other sports, reach out to Tambo, right? Reach out to Tambo personally, and he will help you out. It was the editor I thought was going to put Tambo's email on here, and we will get you an all access. And our all access for all sports, all 8 sports that we offer, is better than everybody else. So don't be afraid to ask Tambo that too. He will take care of you. All right, I got to do some drawings real quick. This is from the people from the 24-hour warning today. I think I'm giving away a $100 ticket that you will build with me, and we will split the profits 50-50. Thank you for all of you liking and retweeting over on Twitter. The winner is Billy Ho Sports. I know that guy. There you go. Billy Ho, reach out to me on Twitter. And then the other one, this is for that video last week, the PGA video, where if you liked and retweeted, another $100 lineup that you'll split with me. Always just reach out to me. There you go. Tambo at shipitnation.com over here in the chat. Mark_Twiggy. There you go. You guys both win a $100 ticket. Reach out to me on Twitter. I'll be doing those every Wednesday or every Tuesday night. A $100 ticket to get to play with me. So make sure you do that, guys. get in there. Obviously, you have a Twitter if you're liking and reposting that, so I appreciate it. I will be back next week for the Sony. We will probably have a longer show. I will do it better. If you have won any tickets with me, even the $20 tickets, reach out to me on Twitter. Let's get them built. Let's have a fun week. Guys, it is 2025. I'm so thankful to be alive. I'm so thankful to be here with you. I'm so thankful to have PGA DFS in my life. I might win this week. I might lose, but you know what? I'm going to enjoy the content. I'm going to enjoy building my lineups. I'm going to enjoy the research. I'm going to enjoy the camaraderie. I'm going to enjoy the tilt. I'm going to enjoy the talking in my Discord. And at the end, I'm going to enjoy the results whether I win or not, because it is such a blessing to have this in my life. Don't take it for granted. Be thankful that we get another week of this, and be thankful that we get to do it together. It's awesome. Rule number 1, let's put our hands up to celebrate. I'll see y'all next week.